Repatriating, a multimedia time capsule documenting my last 6 weeks living in Egypt and my first 6 to maybe more weeks living back in the US after 4 years here in Egypt and 9 years living abroad. Over the next 6 weeks, I'll take you guys with me as I cross things off my Egypt bucket list, prepare for my intercontinental move, and generally wrap up my life here and reflect on what it's meant to me to live here in Egypt and what I'm looking forward to most, what I'm nervous about, kind of the whole emotional range that comes along with doing a move like this. Today's episode is something old and something new. First, we are going to go renew my residency permit, renew my visa basically, something I have done many times. We are also going to do something that I have never done, so let's go for it. But first, coffee. I'm taking my coffee to go and having a quick overnight oats breakfast before I hit the road. To renew my residency permit, I have to visit the General Administration of Passports, Immigration, and Nationality, which people usually just refer to as Abyssinia. Renewing your tourist residency permit requires visiting Abyssinia on 2 separate days. The first day you submit the application, and the second day you pick up your residency card. Today I got to Abyssinia earlier than I've ever arrived because I read online that if you go early enough, they give you your card right away.
709 please. Welcome to counter number 10.
In the past, I always had to come back around 3 p.m. to finally get my card. So yeah, Abyssinia is usually just a lot of waiting. But because I got there so early, something very magical happened, and within 15 minutes of arriving, I had my new residency card in hand, and it was time to continue my day without the burden of returning at 3 p.m. for pickup, which I was expecting. Honestly, an amazing feeling. It was literally barely 9 a.m. and too early to complete my second mission of the day, so I decided to head to Heliopolis for another coffee. Heliopolis was once a suburb but is now very much considered part of the city of Cairo. Heliopolis is full of nice cafes and restaurants, so I settled in at 929 Coffee in Cordoba to do my morning pages. Freshly caffeinated and done writing, I took a short stroll around Heliopolis. I called a friend of mine who lives in the area and he invited me over for lunch, so I took a little detour and paid him a visit. We had lunch, we did a bit of co-working, and over the course of the day I convinced Wit to come to the palace with me, and so we headed over there in the afternoon. The Baron Empin Palace is really unlike any other palace you can visit in Cairo. Built by, you guessed it, a Baron, Edouard Empin, who was a Belgian entrepreneur who co-owned a Belgian company that first built a tram system in Cairo. This tram connected Heliopolis to downtown, and Edouard ended up helping build Heliopolis itself as well. And apparently, he had an affinity for Hindu-inspired architecture. I couldn't really find the exact explanation of why this guy built a Hindu-style palace in Egypt. I guess he had traveled a lot all around the world and maybe he liked this style of architecture, but you have to commend him for building something that really doesn't look like a single other building in Egypt. As you can see, all around the grounds there are these amazing sculptures, some of which have like a Greco-Roman feel going on, and then a lot of them reminded me a lot of the temples and sculptures I had seen in Bali. It's really a beautiful kind of outdoor situation. Unfortunately, it was very hot when we got there in the middle of the afternoon, so I didn't linger as much as maybe I would have liked to, but definitely appreciated the outdoor architecture. I think my favorite part of visiting the palace was learning about all the myths and legends people have come up with over the years. It's a common rumor that a secret underground passage connects the palace to a basilica a kilometer away where Edouard Empin is now buried. Some people also say that the tower rotates 360 degrees or that the whole palace could rotate. In the crazier stories, it's rumored that Edouard Rampin killed the Indian architect to accomplish these magical tricks of rotating and buried him in the garden. Pretty strange. I really loved the first floor. The stairwell itself had an amazing shadow situation, not to mention this chandelier. There was some beautiful tiling in the bathroom, and we love a tile moment. You can pay extra to visit the roof of the palace, and since this was a bucket list activity, we went all out and did that. Honestly, it was worth it. The roof was lovely, and it was less crowded than the rest of the palace because of that extra ticket. All in all, a wonderful afternoon at the Baron Empin Palace, and a really productive day considering I renewed my residency as well. Thank you guys for coming along on this little mini journey with me. Really glad to have checked something off my Egypt bucket list. Feel free to tell me in the comments which bucket list item you want to see next. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.